Hi, this is Hollis with nutritionbyhollis.com, and today in this video I'm going to talk to you about our macronutrients. So the three main macronutrients are fat, protein, and carbohydrate. We use all three of these macronutrients in our bodies when we ingest them. So I'm going to talk to you about the roles of the macronutrients and why I promote higher fat, higher protein diets and less carbohydrates. So the roles of carbohydrates are that they provide fuel for the brain and the body. They provide a quick burning fuel for our muscles, so they're really great for athletes. They help regulate protein and fat metabolism. And then, of course, they're a source of fiber, so helping the digestive system eliminate waste. The roles of proteins and fats in the body are much more vast. So proteins provide the building blocks for every single tissue in our body. They're basically the building blocks of our entire being. So our bodies use 50,000 different combinations of amino acids, which are the building blocks of proteins, to make the proteins that our bodies use to build our organs, our nerves, our muscles, our flesh. Proteins also are enzymes. So enzymes are protein molecules that are the managers and catalysts for every single biological and biochemical process in the body. Proteins are also antibodies, so that's important for our immune system. Hemoglobin is a protein. Hemoglobin is our red blood cells that transport oxygen. Then our hormones are made out of protein. And of course, our hormones are responsible for so many biochemical and metabolic functions and signaling in our body. Excuse me. So that's the role of proteins in our body. And then fats. So fats provide our long burning sources of energy. Excuse me. Fats are the building blocks for our cell membrane. So every single cell in our body has a protective membrane, and that's made up of a lipid bilayer. So fats are extremely important for making healthy cell membranes. They're required for the adequate use of proteins in the body, so they regulate that mechanism. Fats also serve as a lining for every organ in our body. So our heart and our brain all has a fatty tissue layer to protect it. Fat plays a role in slowing the absorption of food. So that has a significant role in supporting healthy blood sugar regulation. Fats are required for the absorption of our fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. And then practically, fat just makes food taste better. So from this list of roles of the macronutrients, you can tell that the roles of proteins and fats are far more vast and far more important than the role of carbohydrates. We do need carbohydrates, but here's the kicker. Our body can actually produce carbohydrates in the form of glucose from proteins as well as fats. So we can produce carbohydrates in our body from proteins and fats. Fats also give us another form of energy called ketones, which I won't get into in this video, but so we can produce energy that we would otherwise get from the carbohydrates that we eat from the fat and the protein in our body. So essentially, we don't have a need to ingest a lot of carbohydrates because we can produce the usable form of carbs, which is glucose, from the fats and proteins in our system. But we do need to ingest a lot of fat and a lot of protein in our diet because they're the building blocks for so many things in our bodies. So our standard American diet is really imbalanced because we have a surplus of quick, cheap, and easy carbohydrates and processed flours and processed beans and processed foods, refined sugar. So we have a surplus of this in our diet. So it's really imbalanced. And what I want to encourage you to do is just think about the many roles that I've listed that the fats and proteins play and the minor roles that the carbohydrates play, and think about what this might mean in terms of how you want to ingest your macronutrients. So I definitely support high fat diets and moderate protein diets and low carbohydrate diets. The ketogenic diet is a great example of that. Paleo is another great example. In terms of finding your macronutrients, you can work with a healthcare professional. I work with my clients to help them find their ideal ratio of fats to carbohydrates to proteins, depending on what their symptoms are, what they're dealing with. It's different for everyone. But really finding that correct macronutrient ratio can be tremendous in your healing process. It can have profound effects on blood sugar regulation, hormone regulation, alleviating symptoms from autoimmune disease and hormone dysregulation, weight loss, metabolic functioning. So finding your correct macronutrients is great. Getting good, high quality sources of fat and protein is also very important. And if you have any questions in regards to what I just mentioned about the macronutrients, please email me at info@nutritionbyhollis.com. You can find a lot more information on my blog at nutritionbyhollis.com. And if you'd like to schedule a free 30-minute consultation or an in-person appointment with me to do muscle testing or a functional evaluation, please get a hold of me at info@nutritionbyhollis.com. Thanks and have a great day.